what information they are going to provide you, where you need to start. Generally, in the team meeting, once they assign the work, in most of the companies, we are going to have a tracking system. We call it as a tracker. In the tracker is given an Excel sheet. In the tracker, we are going to have each and every programmer name, what is the work they assigned, is it a production or is it a validation side, and when they need to submit it. So, in the tracker, there is going to be one row. In that row, there is going to be your name, and after that, there is going to be like how to do the TM. So, the work you have to do is TM, and then you have to submit that by tomorrow evening. So, this information they are going to update in the tracker, and they are going to send the tracker. So, all the programmers in your team now they can see the tracker. Say, for example, in most of the Indian companies in general, we follow the double programming concept. Double programming means so we are going to get the task of completion of the TM domain. Another person is also going to get the same work, and you are called as an A production or main programmer or a primary programmer. So that the other person will be called as an A validator or validation. Sometimes you may be in validation side, the other programmer is going to be in production side, but both are going to do the same task. Both are going to write the program independently. So whenever they assign the work, so for example, you are production, or you are into the development side, or you are into the main programming side. So they assign to complete the TM data set or TM domain. What information they will provide you? Generally, as soon as the meeting has been completed, nowadays they are submitting and they are sending all the links in the Teams meeting. Microsoft Teams, they are going to send you the links. Okay? Whatever the link they share with you, now in that link we are going to have, for example, the company or the organization has multiple studies. So now in the folder there are going to be multiple folders, and in one of the folders, say for example, there is a folder and they have given access for you to the folder. So in the folder, we are going to have again a folder called raw datasets. So where we can find all the raw datasets. There is going to be one more folder where we can find specifications. And there is going to be one more folder in that we are going to have base programs or reference programs. Then we are going to have a base program. And then in another folder we are going to have a protocol. And in another folder there is going to be a CRF sheet. And there is going to be a CRF sheet, another CRF sheet. And in the other folder we are going to have a control technology and other important documents like the series control technology and other control technologies. And then we are going to have SOPs and other important documents in another folder. So now we are going to get access for all this. Now at the start you are going to read the protocol, then you are going to read the DCRF sheet, then you are going to understand the DCRF sheet, then you open the specification. Generally, there is going to be a separate team for specification. That team will develop the specification. They are going to keep the updated specifications in the specification folder. Okay, and somebody in CMO's program is going to develop SCM programs for reference, and those developed the reference base codes we are going to have in the base program. And the base program sometimes is going to have macro code. Understand this one? But today what I'm going to do, I'm not going to provide you the specifications, because if I give the specifications, you will depend on the specification, you cannot understand SCM guidelines, you will not develop your programming skills. And I'm not going to give the base program, so you should write your code from the scratch. So as a beginner, you should understand how to write the code from the scratch. And then I'm not going to provide the protocol or ACRF sheet, or in fact I'm not going to provide the control technology, and I'm not going to give any SOPs, so that I'm going to give you only raw data sets, and I'm going to provide you SDDM IZ guidelines. And I have given the guidelines yesterday, and most of you might have read that one, and I'm going to give you only SDDM IZ guidelines. In the that in the page number 62, we have specification, SDDM IZ specification for the TM data set. I hope everybody read. Sir, your voice is not audible. Am I audible? So I lost it. Okay, so I'm going to provide only the raw data sets under SDDM IZ guidelines. So we have to start writing the code. Now, by the way, on the desktop, I have an SDDM folder. In the SDDM folder, I have one more folder called raw folder. In this raw folder, I have, SAS raw data sets here. In the real time, you're also going to get the same way raw data sets. You don't need to import, you don't need to extract from any database. They're going to provide you SAS data sets, and these are called SAS data sets. Understand this one? So can you repeat it again? Yep. Okay. So here I'm providing the raw data sets. And by the way, this is a phase 2, double-blind, randomized study on diabetes. It's a diabetic study. Okay. And in this study, we have 36 subjects. It's a small study. And I'm providing all the important raw data sets for this study. Okay. So this is the raw data. And this data we have on my desktop in the HTML folder. Okay. Now where we are going to start, how we are going to start. Now since you guys know about the HTML guidance, you know about the DM data domain, all the variables. And you know about the coordinates of the variables, you know the role of the variable, you know the type of the variable, now you know the labels of the variables, you know since everything. Now I'm going to start writing the code. Okay. Now can you tell me, I have all these data sets. Right? I have all these data sets on my desktop in a folder. Now how we can access all the data sets? Can somebody tell me how we can access these data sets which are present in the folder into SAS?
Name strip library.
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 Very good. You know how to create a library. Do you know how to create a library?
Yeah,
Let me have a folder.
name library.
Shift right click. Shift right click. I'm copying the copy as well. So I'm getting, I'm writing lib name. And I want to have a library name as a library. And then I'm going to specify the pop of that folder. Now, if I give it this one line, then what we are going to have now, we are going to have a library called raw library. You can see, there's a raw library. In this library, we have all the 21 data sets that we have. Clear everybody? Now, where we need to start? We have to start it somewhere. So now, since that information again we can find in the specification. Since in today's class, since I'm covering the data, so since I'm covering the data, I'm going to tell you where we need to start that program. You know, if you carefully observe here, sorry, out of 21 data sets, there is one of the data sets called DM. Can you see this one? So this is the space data set I'm going to take. I'm going to start my program here. I'm trying to open the DM data set now. Look at this data set. You know what information that we have in this DM data set. Now I'm trying to open this one. But can you see in this DM data set we have few variables. The first variable that we have is study. Then we have a subject. We have a site. Investigator name. We have birth, sex, race, ethnicity, country, randomization code. So I'm going to start my program here. I'm going to take this as my base data set, the starting data set. I'll start it. Can you see how many observations we have in this one? 36. So that means we have 36 subjects in this data. And I'm going to start my program here. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start writing the program. First of all, I'm writing data. I want to create a data set called separate sample DM1. Semicolon. So from there, I'm going to create this one. Right now, where we have the DM data set. Where we have the DM data set? What the data set name we have a data set name called DM. And by the way, since this is a first domain, in today's class, I'm going to get a very basic level program. But a very basic level. If you understand this program, then I'm going to add this DM data set. I'm going to, write a little bit of the next level, intermediate level program in that. Some of you might feel like this is very basic, but as I said, since we have so many students, some students may not be, may not have answer experience in the base as so far that's why, but that is the reason I'm going to explain at a very basic level. Okay. Now once we got the familiarity, then we can update ourselves later. Now I'm ready to object. Now tell me what is going to happen if I put this program. Now we are going to have a DM1 data set in the work library. Now if I go to the work library, here we have DM1. So what we are going to have in the DM, the same data what we have in the DM. Now, so what is the first level we should have in the DM domain? Remember, according to HTML guidelines, the first level we should have study. But can you see how we have it here study ID?
Study.
We have it as study. But according to the series guidelines, HTML guidelines, we should have a study ID. But here we have a study. So what should I do? We should rename it. Isn't it? We should rename it. But how to rename? Do you know that?
Yeah.
How to rename it?
The name
Or you can write a rename option. Or you can write a rename option. But in real time, we don't rename it. You know why? Because in the real time, you will not have space issues. If I rename, what is going to happen? I'm going to lose the original variable. I will not lose my original variable. I want to keep the original variable as zero. So what I'm going to do? I'm going to create a new variable. So tell me how to create it.
Losing original variable means value, sir?
No, variable name.
So there won't be a study variable name, right?
Yes. So what I'm going to do is
There won't be a study variable name.
yes, sir. So instead of renaming that one, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to create a new variable. How to create a new variable? Now I'm writing the first variable I want to have a study ID is equal to where we have the study ID now? What is the original variable that we have?
Study.
Now I'm going to copy this variable name and I'm going to write it over here. So now tell me what is going to happen now? Along with the original variables, now in the DM1, we are going to have an extra variable. Isn't it? What is the extra variable that I'm going to have? Can you see? In study ID also, what information we are going to have? The same study information. Okay, but we are going to have both study and study because I do not want to lose my original variable. So I'm going to keep the original variable as it is. But sometimes anyway, tell me according to HTML guidelines, study ID is a divided variable or character variable? How to check the study? How we have this one? Is it a character variable? Yes, it is a character variable, not a problem. And I will assign the length later in the final data set. But sometimes in the original variable, you may have a leading and trailing spaces. I want to avoid those spaces. To avoid those spaces, what I'm going to do? I'm going to study ID is equal to, now I'm writing strip of study. You know what is the function will do?
Remove the spelling and
Both leading and trailing spaces will be deleted and I'm going to have a study. So this is the first variable created. Now, what is the second variable in the HTML guidelines?
domain.
Domain is equal to, and here the control terminology, according to series control terminology, what is the value should be assigned? Now, simply, I'm going to take domain is equal to DM. Now, you know what is going to happen? If I do the program, how many observations we have in the DM1? 36 observations. So, in all the 36 observations, so now in the domain variable, can you see what value we are going to have? So far we have done two variables. Now, what is the third variable we have?
Use subject ID.
Use subject ID. I told you in the last class, use subject ID is the concatenated product of which variables? And the subject ID. Right? Three variables. Now, but in the DM1 data set, we have a study ID original variable with which name?
Study.
And site ID is present with which name? Can you see here? Site. And the subject ID is present with which name?
Subject.
Okay, so what we do? We have to concatenate a study variable, site variable, and a subject variable. So now I'm going to concatenate in this way. So now I'm writing, USUBJ ID is equal to I'm going to use the cat x function, cat x of. I told you, you have to concatenate all the three variable values. Between them, what is the special character should we have?
Hyphen symbol, comma,
Hyphen symbol, comma. Which variable should we have?
steady. Okay. That's it.
If you want to know the variable names every time I should open the data set, I should check the variable names. It is going to take a lot of time. So that's for the reason. What I want to do, I want to get a short list of all the variable names of the data set. Do you know how to get the short list of all the variable names? Now I'm going to write the block context position for my convenience. Now I'm writing block context. Data is equal to. Data set name, what is the data set in the right now we have? So now I'll write the name of the one in the raw library. We have a TM data set. Now what is the object right now? Short.
Short random.
Short is going to give the short list. Random is going to give me the creation order. Now select the program, choose the program. Now we are going to have a short list of all the variable names in the output window. Now I'm going to copy all these variable names. I'm going to put in the comment section in the data window so that whenever I want to, I can copy the variable names. Get everybody? So these are the variable names we have. Now I do not require any this procedure. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put this in the comment section. By the way, you guys write how to keep it in comment. What is shortcut for comment? Control forward slash. Very good. Now cat x comma. Now what are the variables I want to keep it in? Study. Comma.
Subject.
Side.
Side, comma, subject. Side.
Right, study comma. Side comma. What are the variables?
Subject.
Now I'm going to keep it over here and keep in the parentheses. Semicolon. Now selecting this program, execute the program. We are going to have a use subject array. Now DM1 data set. We have a use subject array. In that we have a study ID, site ID, and the subject ID separated by hyphen symbol. And this is called use subject array. Now we have two important problems here. Okay, first what I'm going to do, now see if I open the use subject array, can you see what is the length of the variable? 200. I told you, whenever you use a cat family function for any cat family function, the length is going to be 200. Now, I don't want to have the 200 and one more problem. You know, if I go to the log window, and if you know that you should every time you should go to the log window, log window is not a problem, but I do not want to have it 200. If I do not want to have the 200, what do I do? Instead of using a cat x function, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a double text function. How do you use the double text symbol? USUBJID is equal to, what the fuck variable I want to concatenate? Okay, now direct symbol, then what do I do? Now, hyphen symbol, hyphen symbol, again double symbol, now I want to concatenate side, double symbol, again double symbol, hyphen symbol, again double symbol, now what I want to do, I want to concatenate subject. Okay, now if I select the program, execute the program, we are going to have a TM1 data set. Again, I'll go to the end of the program, end of the data set. Now, can you see? We have use subject ID, but unfortunately, there are a lot of spaces. That is the one problem. And the second problem that I have is that if I go to the log window, can you see there is a note saying that the numerical values have been converted into character values at the places given by. In the real time, you should not have this note. If you have this note, the program will get rejected. Your code will get rejected. You know why I'm getting this note? I'll show you. You know, when I'm concatenating, I'm using a double type symbol. So double type symbol is for to concatenate character data. But if I see the TM1 data set, you know, study is a character data, site is a character data, but subject is a numerical data. Now, can you see how we have the subject ID? Numerical. So I'm using a numerical value for character concatenation. I'm concatenating numerical value with other character data. That's why we are getting this note. In the interview, this is a question that you get. Tell me what are the common errors that you get in the log window as a programmer. You should not say, I'll get the semicolon error, something like that, because that is a syntax error. Anybody knows about that one. Tell me what are the logical errors that you get, issues that you get. One of the very common thing that you're going to get, numerical values have been converted into character value. You know why? Because I'm using a numerical variable for a character function. I'm using a character function on a numerical variable. So now tell me what should I do?
Convert into the
Before
character.
concatenation, we have to convert the subject into character. How to convert the subject to numerical variable to character variable?
Put the put function.
We should use a put function. Now I'm using put function, put off. So I'm taking subject as my first argument, comma, you know, since it's a character data, now I'm going to give how much I require name and giving the length 8. Since I'm providing the length 8, there is going to be a lot of space. So first of all, it's going to get converted into character. So in the log window, you will not get any note. But if I open the data set, I'm going to find a lot of space. I do not want to have this space. Yes, but I use the deep length. That's why I'm getting that much space. Now what I'm going to do, after converting that, now I'm going to use a split function on it. What a split function will do? Split function is going to remove all the leading and time spaces. And by the way, if you may have any leading and time spaces on study and site also, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to split function on the study. So it's going to remove both leading and time spaces. And again, I'm going to specify split forward side. Now what is the split function going to do? It is going to remove here also leading and time spaces. Now select the program, execute the program. We are going to have a TM1 data set. If you go to the end of the data set, can you see? Yes, we have a use subject array and we do not have any issues in the log window. At the starting, please write one statement at a time and execute the statement. If the statement executed successfully, then go with the next statement. Understand this, everybody?
Yeah.
What is the fourth variable you have? Subject ID.
SUBJ.
Now, subject ID. So, SUBJ ID is equal to, where we have a subject ID? In our data set. We have in our data set, subject ID as a subject. But you know, according to series guidelines, subject is a character variable, numerical variable. Character variable. But you know, the subject, just to be how same, subject is a numerical variable. Okay, then what we need to do? So before, you know, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create subject and character variable. Then if you want to convert a numerical variable to character variable, again, what is the function should I write now? So when the parenthesis, the variable name, which is subject, comma, how much that you want to now, maybe I'm writing that in third, I'm writing that in third length. Now those the parenthesis semicolon, but you may have now, after converting that into character, you may have a spaces, I want to remove those spaces, now I'm using split function. Now select the program, execute the program. Now this is the question that you tell me, what are the SAS functions that you use in day-to-day programming life? Now today, in the last 10-15 minutes, tell me what are the functions that we have used already? We use a split function, we use a function, and we use we can also use cat function, and we use a double function. Understand it should be? Now we have got all the function. Now we have done the subject array. What are the next level should we have according to series STMID guidelines? XENDTC. Okay, but you know, unfortunately, we cannot create those variables from this raw data. We'll see that those variables later. Okay, first we'll see what and all the variables that you can see, you can get from the raw DM data set. First we'll create all those variables. So far we have created study ID, subject ID, and use subject ID, and the domain. Next, what we can do? Now we can create investigator name. So already in the data set also have INV and EM. What is the variable name I want to have? Even I want to have INV and EM. So that means in the scenario, you don't need to create a new variable. Understand this, sir? Right. in today's class, for the clarification purpose, I am writing INB NAM is equal to, again I am writing INB NAM. Only for clarification purpose I am writing, it will not create a new variable, so both are the same names, it is going to keep only variable only. Understand? Only for to avoid the confusion for the first class, since it's our first class, I am writing again. Now see, if I select the program into the program, we are not going to have a new variable for investigator name, because we have already the same variable, here we have the variable, so investigator name, we are going to have the same thing. But you know, according to HTML guidelines, all the variables must be in what case?
Uppercase.
But can you say, I have study ID, domain, use subject ID, subject in uppercase, but investigator name, can you see how we have? Lowercase. Because it's already existing variable, when they are created, they have created in the lowercase, we have. Now, I'm getting investigator uppercase is equal to lowercase, so since both are the same, it will not get any new variable, so it is going to keep only one subject. But how to create a variable name, how to change a variable name into uppercase? We want to change the variable name to uppercase, so now we are going to have a program option. What is the program option that we are going to have? We are going to have an option. Somebody saying uppercase function, we should not use uppercase function works on data, not on variable names. Okay? Now, option, so now I'm writing an option called value name is equal to uppercase. It is a global option. It is going to convert all the variable names into uppercase. Now see, I'm executing the program now. So now can you see? Now all the variable names have been converted into uppercase. Understand this, sir? Now by the way, since we have written the value name is equal to uppercase, now I'm going to ask a question. Say for example, I'm creating a data set called DS now. Now input, I want to have my variable name EMP ID. Okay, now I'm getting a data name, sir. This is the question I'm asking you. 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, like this one. Tell me, am I going to get the data set, or do we have any error in this program? Do you have any error in this program, or am I going to get the data set?
SAS 9.4, we can have the space in between EMP and.
But I want to have EMP ID one variable name. I want to have a space. I want to have EMP ID as only one variable name. I told you in the starting, you should not have a space within a variable name. That is against SAS basic rules, right? I think there is an option valid var name equal to any. Now we have from 9.4 onwards, we have a specialty here. What we should do? I'm going to keep this variable name within the quotations, and immediately I'm going to write an option called n. And then what I'm going to write? I'm going to write a global option. So what I should write now? I'm going to write valid var name is equal to valid var name is equal to any. Now we can have number space now in a variable name. Understand this, everybody? Yes. Can you see this one? Very, very important entry question. This facility we have from 9.4. So that means in a variable name we can have a number space, but you should keep the variable name within the quotations immediately followed by n. And what is global option should write? Valid var name is equal to any. By using this global option, we can have a variable name with number space. Clear? Okay, again coming back to our program. Now I'm creating the DS1 data set. Anyway, now what is the next variable that we can create now? But how many do you have according to HTML guidelines now? Now I'm writing DRTHDTC is equal to what variable name that we have? But anyway, I'm going to check how we know that, but this is the first variable. Okay, and by the way, it is a character variable. Even we want to have a character variable. And by the way, this is also in YYMMDD format. That means this is in ISO 8601 format. I don't need to worry about the format now. Okay, now simply what I'm going to write percentage is equal to simply what I can write now, I can write it. But sometimes you may have any space issues. So I want to remove those space issues. So what I'm going to write now, I'm going to use strip off but. It will remove both leading and time spaces now, and we are going to have, but without any leading and time spaces. So now we are going to have new variable called percentage. Yes, so far. Yes. Now, then what is the next one that we can do? So here we have a site. Now I want to create a site ID. Now how to create a site ID? Now simply I'm getting site ID is equal to site ID is equal to. Now simply I'm getting strip off site because that is how we have in the data set site. Understand this one? And the next level, what we can do, we can create a sex variable. Yes, I'm creating a sex variable. Sex is equal to. Now simply what I'm writing now, I'm writing strip off the version variable which is sex. Now it will not create any variable. Just is going to remove leading and time spaces on the sex variable. Okay, and what is the next level we want to have? We want to have a race variable. Race is equal to, again we have a race only. Now what I'm writing now, I'm writing simply, what I'm writing strip off race. Now here also I'm writing the same thing. And by the way, we can do one thing here. Here investigator name is equal to, I do not want to have any leading and time spaces. Again here also what I can write now, strip off INB and EM. Here so far. Then what is the next level that we can have? And then we have how we have the variable? We have the ethnicity. Now but you should require a variable called ethnic. Ethnic is equal to, now what I can write now, I can write the ethnicity. Now I'm writing, what I can write now, strip off. Now I'm writing the ethnicity. Sometimes the ethnicity may be in uppercase or something like that one. We should always have a proper case. Now if you want, you can write a prop case of, strip off ethnicity. Sometimes you do not want to write the strip function, but this is the character data. Character data should always align onto the left side of the column. So sometimes in some programs, some programmers are going to simply left off a sex. So it doesn't matter what the left function will do. It will align on the left side. Align the data on the left side. So whatever the leading spaces we have, the leading spaces will move into right programs. So you can find that also. It depends on the program. But anyway, in future I want an attribute statement. In attribute statement, I want to specify how much that I want to have for the sex variable. Okay. Now I'm going to change that into strip. So we can do one more variable. What is the variable that we can do? We can do the country. Now I wanted the country. Now what I'm going to do? Now I'm writing country is equal to. We wanted to do that one because before is equal to after is equal to also we have the same name. That means if you do not create any new variable, we are going to have the same variable. Now since I'm executing all the programs together now we are going to have D1, go to the log window, check if you have any issues. There is warnings, notes, nothing is there. Go to the D1 dataset and open the D1 dataset. Yes, we have the data. Understand this, everybody? Now these are the variables that we can do from the DM dataset and we have done all the variables. Now I want to generate now RF SCDTC and RF ENDTC, and I want to generate RF X SCDTC and RF X ENDTC. By the way, mine is a diabetic study, and I told you if it is not an oncology study, RF SCDTC, RF X SCDTC, same. RF ENDTC, RF X ENDTC are same. Okay. Now I don't remember what is the difference of RF SCDTC or RF X SCDTC.
Start date.
Start date and time, isn't it? Now, so So generally, in the starting domain classification I told you, where we can find the study data, studies, drug-related information,
Yeah.
study-related treatment information. In the interventions, remember in what domain we are going to have that information? In the interventions I told you, we are going to have exposure as collected, concomitant medication, substance usage, and procedures. In the domain, we are going to have treatment-related, study treatment-related information.
Exposure to
Exposure. Study. Protocol specified study treatment information, we are going to have exposure and exposure as collected. In the concomitant medication, what we are going to have? Medication which is parallel to study medication but not study medication. And the substances, what information we are going to have? I told you, alcohol, tobacco, coffee, habitual
Habitual
behavior.
usages.
And in the PR, what information we are going to have? Surgical
Any
procedures.
surgical procedures.
Diagnostic, surgical, therapeutic procedures. So now, study treatment information, where we can find in EX and Gs. Okay, now, in my data set, in my library. Okay, CM, concomitant medication. Concomitant medication is a medication which is parallel to my study medication, but it is not related to study medication. I will tell you a simple example. This is a diabetic study. Okay, so the subject involved in the study, I am going to give my study medication. But suddenly got a fever. To come out of the fever, what you will do? You will take another medication along with my study medication, isn't it? And that is called concomitant.
Okay.
Okay, now, by the way, so we can find the study related information, exposure is collected. Now, in my RAF library, but can you see what data set we have? I have a data set called EX. What do you mean by EX? EX stands for exposure. So exposure, which is an official protocol specified study treatment information. Now here we can find that information. Now I'm trying to open the EX domain. Now this is we have. We have a study, subject, what is the treatment we have given, what are the dose description, dose units, dose form, dose route, visit number, visit, and we have a start date. And this is start date. Now I'm telling you one thing. There is a subject called 1001. He has taken the treatment. Can you say how many records we have for 1001? About 15 records. Okay, that means he has taken the treatment for 15 times. Now, tell me out of this 15, when he has taken the first time the treatment? 11th. This one, right? November 11th. Yeah. Now, this is RF facility for 1001. What is RF facility for 1001? 29. December 3rd. This one. Yeah. For 1005, which one is RF facility? 1001, first observation. This is RF facility.
7th November.
For 1005, this is the last observation. That means this is RF and DTC. Now, how to get RF and DTC? Now, first of all, we need to sort our exposure domain by study. Within the study, subject, within the subject, start date. Now, tell me, by default, how the category gets sorted? Now, within the study, all the 1001 observations will come under one group. Within the 1001, which observation will come first? Oldest date will come first. Oldest date will come first. And the latest date will go to last. Last, because so the data will be sorted in a order, isn't it? Now, once I got it to sort in the data, for 1001, this one I should be gathering RF DTC. For 1001, this one I should be gathering RF DTC. For 1005, now this one I should be gathering RF DTC. For 1005, this one I should be gathering RF DTC. Now, what is the SAS program that you will write to get in that way? First dot, last dot. So you want to get the first dot and last dot variable? Yeah. First dot subject. Okay, I will tell you. Now, and for simple purpose, here I have a subject, that's CDTI. Okay, and here I have EX and CDTC. And 101 taken the medication on 10th of January. Okay, and again 101 has taken the medication on 11th of January. Now 101 taken the medication on 12th of January, and 101 has taken the medication on 13th of January, like this one, and 101 again has taken the medication on 14th of January. Okay, this is right now exposure data set. Now in the PM data set, I want to have SDTC, I want to have RF SDTC, I want to have RF NDTC. In SDTC, I want to have 101. In RF SDTC, I want to have 10th of January. In RF NDTC, I want to have 14th of January. Now what is the SAS program that you will write to get in this way? Understand my question first of all? Yeah. This is exposure domain right now. And by the way, I have next one more subject here. Now we have 1 kilo 2. Just imagine. Okay? And this guy taken the medications 20, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Now tell me what I want to have now. For 1 kilo 2, I want to have like this one. 1 kilo 2, I want to have January, 20th of January as a treatment start date, and the 24th of January is the treatment end date. This is exposure domain, and this is how I want to have. How we can get this one?
Column operators.
No, you showed the data with subject ID and then use the first dot subject and last dot subject, respectively, to get an end date.
Okay, I will use first dot and last dot. With first dot and last dot, what do you want me to do?
First dot subject is so RF DTC is equal to first dot subject ID and RF NDTC is equal to last dot subject ID.
Okay, tell me. You're there almost, but I require a little bit of explanation. Okay, we'll see that one now because this is our first program. We'll see all possible methods. Okay, first of all, in the raw library, we have EX data set. I want to sort this data set. Okay, now I'm writing. How to write the box sort procedure? Box sort. Now, that. But I will right now, where we have the data set right now, where we know? EX in the raw library. Very good. So I want to get into what library. By this I want to sort it. I want to sort it by study. I want to sort it by subject. I want to sort it by start date. Because right now, what variable that we have here, sir? We have study, we have subject, and start date. Okay. So now the data will get sorted within the study, subject within the subject, start date. In a study. Okay. Now getting the statement, the data will get sorted, and now where we are going to have the new data set now? We are going to get in the work. Now the work. And by the way, in that we have EX data set. Do we have all the variables first of all? No. For future matching purpose, I want to have a study, subject. What will I want to have? Start date. So I want to have only start date 3 variables. If you want to have 3 variables, what I should do? Keep is equal to I'm writing study, I'm writing subject, and I'm writing start. So it is going to keep only 3 variables. And by the way, when you're sorting and when you're copying from one bit to the library, there is a chance of getting an empty observation as the first observation. Can you see how we got an empty observation here? I want to delete that one, so I'm going to delete. How to delete that one? The most important variable is the subject variable. If I have a subject missing value, I do not want to have that observation. So simply, here itself I'm writing a condition. What the condition I'm writing? Where is equal to? Open the parenthesis.
Subject not equal to.
Not equal to. Because it's a numerical variable, I'm writing the none. Now setting the program into the program, that observation will get deleted. And now, can you see? Yes, we have 3 variables, and and without any, missing observations. Now tell me, you said that you want to use the first start and last start. How to create a first start and last start? If you want to have first start, last start, first start you have to look at the answer, right? So let us start with statement. Yes, and then get it. In the by statement also, I'm writing a study ID, I'm writing name variable subject, and then I'm writing target variable start value. Tell me, how do you get this? So the program, do you want to make it x1?
So data x1, set ex by,
Then what should I do?
and then before the run statement, you have RFS DTC.
Okay.
Start subject equals to
First start subject is equal to,
1, then start date equals to 1. etc.
or you can just write RFS DTC is equal to
Okay.
first start subject.
That won't allow purpose properly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create two data sets. I'm going to create a multiple data set. First of all, I'm creating a data set called start, and then I'm creating one more called end. Let's see what I'm going to do. Now I'm writing the positive dot. Okay. If the positive dot x is equal to 1, then the output tell in which data I want to have the data. Start. We can replace subject as first observation is coming to the data set.
Subject, first get subject,
Yeah,
start.
first subject. Now if I enter first subject is equal to 1, then output start. Now tell me what is going to happen. Each and every subject first observation will go to which data set now?
Started.
Okay, that's right. Now I'm writing like this one. If last dot subject is equal to 1, don't give to avoid the confusion. In most of the people, they don't use is equal to 1. Anyway, first dot subject is equal to 1, first dot subject is equal to 1. Mathematical, isn't it? In the same way, last dot subject is equal to 1 means last dot subject.
Not the subject.
No, I'm writing here. Then with the last dot subject, then output of which data set? Okay, now if I put a program, each and every subject, first observation will go to start. But can you see what happened? My variable study ID. Sorry, can you see how we have in our data? We have data study,
Study ID.
not study. Yeah, study. Now we have a start data set. Can you see how many observations we have? 36. So each and every subject, first observation in the start, in the same way, each and every subject, last observation is present in any data set. But in both data sets, we have variable name start data. But in the start, you should rename it as how?
RFS,
In the end, how should we rename this one? Now tell me how to rename the variables.
rename option. Rename option.
After the start, I'm moving the parentheses. The rename is equal to open the parentheses. And after that, open the parentheses. The rename is equal to again open the parentheses. So after that, now the old name start date is equal to I want to have start date is equal to R E N B O C and close the parentheses students. Okay, now select the program, execute the program. Now we are going to have two dashes start and end. Now can you see here we have it in RFS DTC and here we have RFS DTC. And I have seen so many words students use to raise a question. I changed the variable name, but unfortunately I'm getting the start date only. When I open the dash sometimes, you may not see the variable names, you can see only the labels. If you want to see the variable names, what we should do? If you have the column names, can you see how it is? Column names. If you have a column labels option, can you see how it is displayed? It is displaying the label. So the label is start date. You will easily yourself like I rename it first thing is showing as start date. If you open the data set, go to the view, click on column names. Now you can see the original names now. Understand? Don't get confused. Go to the view and change the setting. Now I have RF facilities in the start data set now, RF DTC in the end data set. And now I have important variables in the DM. Now what I want to do, I want to merge this one and this one with my DM1 data set. Do you know how to merge it? Data. Right now we have a DM1, I'm creating a DM2. Semicolon, merge, whatever data set I want to merge it, first the DM1, then dot, then my common variables. What are the common variables that we have in all the three data sets? The same common variables.
Study.
And something. Start. But you know that if you want to do mathematics like this one, what is the prerequisite?
Not sort. Box sort.
All the data should be distributed by the common variables. So, proc sort, data is equal to first of all DM1, by which two variables I want to sort it? By semicolon. Now in the same way, I want to sort the remaining two data sets also. Proc sort, data is equal to, what's the data set name?
Start.
Semicolon, by which variable? By semicolon, and I want to sort this all data set to proc sort, data is equal to end, by which variables? By study. Okay, all the three are going to get sorted, and now I want to merge. By the merging, what I want to do, I want to get all the data from the DM1, only matching data from the start and end. So what kind of merge I need to perform?
Left join.
I want to do the left join. Very good. How to do the left join? What the condition should I write? So we are going to get all the data from the DM1 data set, matching data from start and end data set. Now select the program, execute the program. Now we are going to have a DM2. Now along with all the other variables, okay, so what are the two variables now?
RFS.
RFS DTC and RFS DTC. Now I have RFS DTC. Now what I can do, I have a month data. Now what we can do? We can generate we can generate the days, and we'll see that how to generate the years and how to do the remaining variables. We'll see that in the next class. Are you able to follow everybody?
Yes.
Yes, we'll be able to understand the programming. As I said, since this is our first programming class, I'm letting very basic level code. Later, gradually we apply the macros, so we make our programming standard better. Okay? And the later classes I'll show you how to write the program by using specification and how to write the program by using CRF here. I'll show everything later. Okay? Yes. Okay then. So I'm going to tell you, show you where we have this data for practice in the server. So I'm going to share the code once you have done with the DM. By taking this DM code as an reference, you can practice. Okay? Here, everybody.
Yes, sir.
We don't have access to server yet, right?
Yeah, they're going to provide username and password. The standard is ensured. So just to ask them, they're going to provide username and password. I'll show you where we can find it in the server. Okay. Okay, then see you in the next class.
Thank you.